What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about how the New England Patriots have freed up a good amount of cap space after they were able to settle some grievances with Antonio Brown and Aaron Hernandez. Now, this definitely is a great move by the New England Patriots. I'm sure we were all hoping, though, that this could have happened a little while back in a kind of a point where free agency was a bit more of a thing. As we all know now, free agency, it's not really much of anything at this point. The players are really just old or mediocre or have a lot of question marks surrounding them. There are still some quality players on the free agency market, and I will make a video on some free agents the Patriots could sign. Now that the Patriots do have a good amount of cap space, it makes a lot more sense now to make that video, but I am sure that we were all hoping we would have the $6.55 million that the Patriots received from settling these grievances back when free agency was starting, and essentially they didn't have any money, so they weren't able to make any moves. Before this move, the New England Patriots were actually set at 32nd in the league with available cap. There was actually a point where the New England Patriots only had about $200,000 to work with in available cap. Recently, they did adjust the contract of Rex Burkhead. That did seem more like it was to kind of try to use some wiggle room, but also to help out with the recent signing of Cam Newton. So that freed up a little bit of money for them. And now with these two grievances giving them $6.55 million extra, the New England Patriots are now sitting at about $7.7 million to work with, which is definitely a nice number. And especially if you're the New England Patriots, as we all know, the New England Patriots do like to head into the season with a little bit of wiggle room. You know, they don't want to go in there with $200,000, $500,000 because there are some moves that they are still making throughout the season. This is something the New England Patriots always do. We have seen this countless amount of times. For example, when they traded for Josh Gordon. For example, when they traded for Mohamed Sanu. The Patriots are always liking to add, even if we're a month or two into the regular season. Let's keep in mind that they even did this with Kyle Van Noy. Now, as for Antonio Brown, his grievance comes from when the Patriots released him back in September. After he was cut and was just really one game into his time with the team, the New England Patriots actually refused to pay him his signing bonus, and that is which he filed a grievance against the team. And it's actually interesting because Antonio Brown filed a total of 9 grievances against just his two previous teams, the Oakland Raiders and the New England Patriots. The Patriots and the Oakland Raiders, they could have gained up to $9 million in grievances if it was settled in their favor. Ultimately, that didn't totally happen, but hey, the Patriots still got about $4 million, and that's better than nothing. As for the Aaron Hernandez side of this is probably what people are more confused about. Obviously, he's not a name that really is around the New England Patriots. He's also not really a factor in life anymore either. So I think this is a part that's going to confuse Pats fans more than Antonio Brown. But although he was released from the Patriots more than 7 years ago after being convicted of murder and then, of course, ending his life for lack of better words, so we don't get demonetized here, there was still a contract dispute going on about him for this entirety of the time. Now, the whole matter of this situation was again due to a signing bonus installment that was withheld by the New England Patriots despite it being guaranteed. The dispute is now settled and has resulted the Patriots in about $2.55 million in salary cap credit. Really, one of the big things that stands out here is that entire Antonio Brown situation just again proves that entirety of the situation, the drama that went around with him, the signing, the release of him, it was just a whole big mistake. And I'm sure the New England Patriots weren't really expecting this to happen, but After everything that did happen with him, with the Steelers, with the Oakland Raiders, the Patriots still gave him $9 million in signing bonus. Now, they recouped $4 million of that back, but still, after all that, you were giving the guy $9 million in a signing bonus, and you still have one more payment that is going to be due to Antonio Brown, when in reality, all he did was play one game for us against the Miami Dolphins before we just let him go. Probably the easiest money Antonio Brown is ever going to make. Now, as for what are the routes for the New England Patriots, because I'm sure with this amount of money, everyone's curious, what are they going to do? Are they going to make signings? Are they going to make trades? What is going to happen now that we have money? And I think there are a few different things logically here that Bill Belichick is looking to do with this money. Now, something big that Belichick likes to do is spend the money with players inside the organization. And this is something that can also even help free up money now, but will also help extend players for the future. And what I mean by that could be players like J.C. Jackson. Now, he is a third-year cornerback, is a great cornerback in this league, is going to be a top cornerback in this league. Is he a guy that will get an extension? I don't know. We'll have to see, because he's probably going to demand a lot of money. But just to give a reference on a guy that could possibly get an extension now that the Patriots have some money to be able to do so. And again, it could even free up a little bit more now, but I'm sure Belichick kind of liking to, before we get to the off season and kind of letting these guys hit the open market, try to re-sign them now. Something else to remember, which is something that people tend to forget, is that the Patriots are going to need some money. From what I've seen on reports, what we've seen from the past, it would be a few $1 million that they would want to keep around to pay for those roster bonuses that players are going to get through their contracts, players that are put through injured reserve. And again, let's remember that they're going to want some flexibility heading into the regular season. They don't want to head into the season in the situation that they were in even just a few days ago, with the lowest cap possible in the entire league. Especially because let's remember that when 53-man roster cutdowns are to occur, a lot of players are going to be cut. When training camp starts, players are going to be cut, and there's going to be some surprising cuts that I'm sure Bill Belichick is going to want to potentially jump on. Now, while I'm sure Bill Belichick does want to save some money, I'm sure that if he really needs to, he will kind of maneuver and do some things to be able to try to continue to free up some more money. But I do expect some type of roster moves. I don't expect Belichick to just save this all heading into next season. So I do expect roster moves to be made. Is it going to be free agent signings? Is it going to be trades? We'll just have to see. I think Belichick would like to lean more on the free agent side of things. Some honorable mentions could be guys like Jadeveon Clowney. Personally, I don't think that one is likely to happen. I've seen a lot of people talking about it as a potential move, but with the amount of money that Clowney wants, I just don't see it. The Patriots only have $7 million. They don't have $20 million. They don't even have $10 million. Another guy could be Damon Harrison, the defensive tackle that we really could use, snacks, as of course we all know, to really stuff up the defensive tackle position. The Patriots could really use that. That will bolster their defense. And then even offensive tackle Jason Peters, that could be a really good addition for the Patriots at the offensive tackle position to bolster that offensive line. But that is going to be it for today's video. The New England Patriots have freed up $6.5 million in available cap and are now sitting at $7.7 million in available cap. And so, again, I would expect some type of moves heading forward. What are you guys expecting with this? How do you feel about the situation? And what do you want Bill Belichick to do with the money? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me and the channel out. And share this video with everybody you know so we can grow the Patriots Global family. And consider subscribing to the channel if you aren't already for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, thank you guys so much for watching.
In Astro World.